The film opens in Nepal, where a heavily armed compound is under siege. The Expendables, an elite mercenary team, are in the middle of a chaotic rescue mission. Led by Barney Ross, they fight their way through waves of enemy soldiers. Lee Christmas, the team's knife specialist, clears a path for the team. Their objective is to rescue a Chinese billionaire. However, they run into an old rival, Trench, who is also there for the same target. Despite the conflict of interest, they team up to secure the hostage. The team needs heavy firepower to break through the enemy lines. Trench makes a classic promise to his enemies before joining the fight. With the billionaire secured, they prepare for their extraction. The escape is just as chaotic as the infiltration, with enemies at every turn. Just in time, their getaway plane, piloted by Barney, arrives. Barney praises the team's newest and youngest member, Billy the Kid, for his good work. The team provides covering fire as they make their escape. They successfully extract from the hot zone, mission accomplished. Aboard the plane, the team's usual banter resumes. The rescued billionaire is sent on his way via a unique parachute delivery. He asks when he'll see them again, but the future is always uncertain for mercenaries. Back at their home base, the team unwinds after the mission. Billy reveals a surprising fact about Gunnar Jensen's past as a chemical engineer from MIT. Billy pulls Barney aside for a serious conversation. He announces his plan to retire at the end of the month. He wants to start a new life with his French girlfriend, Sophia, in Paris. He took the job for the money, hoping to build a better future for her. Barney, understanding the young man's dream, gives him his blessing. Their peace is interrupted by the arrival of CIA operative Mr. Church. Church is here to collect on a $5 million debt Barney owes him. He offers a mission to clear the debt, retrieve an item from a downed plane in Albania. He calls it a walk in the park for the team. There's a catch, they must take along a technical expert, Maggie Chan. Church issues a stern warning, if any harm comes to her, he will hunt them down. Barney isn't happy about babysitting, but he has no choice. The team meets Maggie Chan, who introduces herself to Barney. Barney makes it clear she is to accompany them, not to help in a fight. The team flies to the Gazpaja Mountains in Albania. On the flight, Billy and Maggie get to know each other. Billy shares his past as an army sniper in Afghanistan. He reveals he left the army after becoming disillusioned with the senseless loss of life. They pick up the transponder signal from the downed plane. The team parachutes into the remote, wooded area. They quickly locate the crash site and the plane's cockpit. The scene is grim, with the remains of the crew scattered. They find the safe containing the package. Maggie gets to work, using her device to crack the complex, time-sensitive code. Something feels wrong. Barney senses they are not alone. Maggie successfully opens the safe just in time. Suddenly, they are surrounded and ambushed by another mercenary group. The team is ordered to drop their weapons. Their leader, a cold and ruthless man, steps forward. He swiftly captures Billy, holding him at knife point. Billy warns Barney not to give in, knowing it's a trap. Faced with an impossible choice, Barney orders his team to stand down. The leader reveals his name is Jean Villain and shows off his goat symbol. Villain demands the box, claiming it belongs to him. To save Billy, Barney gives up the package. But Villain has no intention of letting them go. He preaches about respect, claiming it's what separates soldiers from animals. Then, in a shocking act of cruelty, Villain kicks a large knife deep into Billy's chest. The team can only watch in horror as their youngest member dies. Villain and his men depart, leaving the Expendables with their fallen comrade. Grief-stricken, the team tends to Billy's body. Barney asks Maggie what was in the box. She reveals it was a computer containing a map to a Soviet plutonium mine. The mine holds 5 tons of weapons-grade plutonium, enough to change the world's balance of power. Later, as they prepare to bury Billy, Barney finds the letter he wrote to his girlfriend, Sophia. He reads the letter aloud, a final testament to the young man's dreams. The mission is no longer about the plutonium. It is now about revenge. Barney sets their new objective: track them, find them, kill them. Barney contacts Church, informing him of the failure in Billy's death, but Church offers no sympathy. Meanwhile, Villain arrives at the mine, using enslaved local villagers as his workforce. He dreams of selling the plutonium and the immense power it will bring him. The team tracks Villain's men, known as the Sangs, to a local town. They capture and interrogate some of the Sangs to find Villain's location. Maggie reveals she can understand their dialect, a mix of Ukrainian and Bulgarian. Their pursuit leads them to an abandoned Soviet military base, a mock American town used for training. That night, the team shares a quiet moment, discussing what their last meals would be. Barney explains his emotional distance, admitting that people close to him often get hurt. He confesses that he thinks about Billy's death all the time. The next morning, their camp is ambushed by the Sangs, led by a tank. The team is pinned down, outgunned by the heavy armor. Suddenly, the enemy forces are wiped out by an unseen force. Their savior is revealed to be Booker, a legendary lone wolf operative. Booker, known as the Lone Wolf, single-handedly defeated the entire enemy squad. He confirms a rumor about being bitten by a king cobra, joking that the snake died. He identifies Villain as the leader of the Sangs, who control the area. Before departing, Booker tells them of a nearby village whose people hate the Sangs. Following Booker's advice, the team heads towards the village. They arrive to find the village populated only by women and children, armed and ready to defend themselves. The team announces they are there to fight the Sangs. A woman named Pilar explains that the Sangs took all their men to work in the mines. They live in constant fear that the Sangs will return for their children. She begs them to stay and help protect the village. Initially, Barney refuses, focused solely on his personal vendetta. But seeing the villagers' plight, the team decides they must intervene. As predicted, the Sangs arrive to take the children. The Expendables spring their trap, launching a surprise attack on Villain's men. They successfully defend the village, eliminating the immediate threat. In a bold move, Barney uses their plane as a weapon. He crashes it directly into the mine entrance to trap Villain and his forces inside. The plan works, but it also traps the team and the enslaved villagers deep within the mine. With no way out and Villain preparing to detonate bombs, their situation seems hopeless. Gunnar uses his engineering knowledge to try and find a way out. Just as all hope seems lost, a massive drill breaks through the rock wall. It's Trench, who has arrived to rescue them, declaring, "I'm back." Mr. Church is with him, and the two old rivals join forces with the Expendables. Now united, they prepare for a final showdown with Villain at a nearby airport. The battle erupts at the airport, a massive firefight between the heroes and Villain's army. The expanded team works together, showcasing their incredible combat skills. Barney and Trench exchange their famous catchphrases. The action is relentless as they fight their way towards Villain. Barney finally corners Villain, who is attempting to escape by helicopter. He challenges Villain to a one-on-one fight, without guns. Villain asks if he wants to fight like a man or die like a sheep. The two leaders engage in a brutal hand-to-hand battle. Villain gains the upper hand, taunting Barney about the boy he killed. Fueled by rage and the memory of his friend, Barney turns the tide. He overpowers Villain and, as he ends his life, says his name was Billy. With Villain defeated and his army destroyed, justice has been served. In the aftermath, Maggie thanks the team and says her goodbyes. Barney's debt to Church is finally cleared. As a token of gratitude, Church presents Barney with a surprising gift. It's a vintage Antonov II biplane, a replacement for the one he crashed. Trench jokes that the plane, like them, belongs in a museum. The film concludes in Paris, where the team delivers Billy's final paycheck and letter to Sophia. Aboard their new plane, the remaining members raise a toast. They honor their fallen brother, Billy the Kid, a true hero. In a final act of remembrance, Barney throws a knife, perfectly hitting a target. If you want a recap of your favorite movies and shows, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next ones. See you next time, everyone.